Okay, so I'm trying to do a video here, and I've done it a couple times because I want to get it correct. First of all, let me say that there was two videos that were currently posted on YouTube. One was dealing with the mayor and the controversy over the Samsung commercial, and the other one was dealing, and part of it was dealing with the corruption at Haldimand County when it comes to employees forging documents, hiding it, and threatening to sue people. I just want to say that that part of it is 100% correct, and that the OPP investigated and found the employee did actually do this. And in the end, they couldn't prove who removed the signature, but it was in the possession of the county. So, corruption at its best. Anyway, so what this video is about, it's to talk about the mayor, because quite frankly, the mayor is all bent out of shape. Apparently, he's threatening to sue everybody in sight pertaining to this commercial. I mean, if you've shared my video, you're in big trouble. Apparently. Apparently not. Because, Mr. Mayor, I think you are a bit confused. See, I'm just going to read you something here. The mayor sent, this is after I received something by email from a friend who said that this lady was kind of a little nervous about the mayor sending her this email. He says to this lady, "That said, you have posted a YouTube clip that is completely slanderous and unfounded, and you will be caught up in a lawsuit that may begin should this individual continue to misguide and defame my character without evidence to support such statement. I'm asking you to take it down. Ken Hewitt, Facebook, August 2018. Yep, the mayor just threatened this nice lady. And he says misguided and defame my character without evidence. Okay, so let's look at the evidence. What do we have? The fact is that the mayor, and what this is all about is a commercial that the mayor did, 2010 or something like that, and it was based on the Samsung. It was a Samsung commercial supporting wind turbines. So what the mayor did is he did a commercial and said, "Rah rah, jobs, jobs, best thing in town. We'll have the greenest place around, whatever." And then did that commercial, and sometime later, didn't get air right away. Sometime later, the community finds out we're getting all these bloody wind turbines, and they don't want them. So they want to bring a moratorium to stop it. The mayor's there to support it and everything. And then all of a sudden, the commercial gets aired. Suck it and blow it. Politically, of course. Did not look good for the mayor. How on earth he got elected, I don't know. Maybe it's just a small town. People just don't realize what's happened here, but I don't know. There's been politicians done this kind of mistake before, never survived that election. So anyway, so the mayor turns around and so that's the initial sort of event we're talking about. Now, I can only tell you what I know and what I would consider to be as close to facts as why I shared that video. So in sometime in around just after that commercial and stuff was aired, I'm talking to a local counselor at one of my favorite eateries, and I said to him, what would possess the mayor to do something so stupid as to do, you either stand on one side of the fence or the other, otherwise you just look like a politician talking out of one side of your mouth all the time. Wait, they do that. So anyway, so that counselor member says to me at the time, well, these are his words, he said, we told the mayor, me and another council member, that it was a bad idea to do the commercial because the farmers would get upset at him. The mayor apparently said to him, now, this is what he says, the mayor said, is that he says, they're going to pay me $20,000 to do this commercial. So I leave that conversation, and what I do is I've just finished reading the Bellamy report, and I realize what the mayor's doing, if he did it, is unethical. So I go to the OPP, and I give him this information right at that time. Now, why would I do that if this conversation didn't take place? Quite frankly, it's a waste of my time. But if it's true, this is pretty serious what the mayor has done. So the OPP go to this council member, and he basically says, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember ever having this conversation. OPP comes back to me. Now, keep in mind, people, I'm just warning you, this is what I said he said. He's going to deny it, and I'm telling you, I repeated exactly what he said to me. I've just repeated to you. So the OPP comes back to me and he says, okay, well, the problem is that the witness won't come forward at this present time. I said, well, lo and behold, just while you're saying that, there is a man from Fisherville who just brought an accusation against the mayor for his improper raising of funds, who, by the way, has since been cleared of. That man says he was in the council chambers when the mayor was. You can imagine he's under a lot of pressure at this point, apparently, and he's trying to get people calmed down. He says, "I didn't get paid for the commercial. I got golf days in exchange, some value around $2,000." Now, that's what this man says took place, and the reporters or the media at that time apparently reported a similar event to that. The OPP chose not to investigate it any further and said, if you want to do something, you should take it to the media and see if they'll report it. Yeah, right. So anyway, what happens is, so now you have a councillor, this man from Fisherville, and you have the media reporting it. Is it slander to repeat what these people, especially the media, if the media has reported it that way, you're saying to other people, this is what was in the paper, this is what reported. Could the media be wrong? Yes. Should the mayor correct the media? Yes. Did he? Apparently not. Or at least I've never seen tale of it. But Karen General, Haldimand County, she says, I personally confirmed with the Mayor Hewitt that he received no payment for participating in the Samsung commercial. He recalls receiving a thank you at the time for the advertising company who worked on the commercial, but nothing more. Listen to this paragraph. We believe the newspaper article you're referring to is the golf razor for Tim Hudak, leader on the Ontario Progressive Conservative Party at the time. The mayor and the CEO were invited to attend the event at the invitation of a company, not Samsung. There was confusion in the media on account of the events. So you got Karen General, the CAO, admitting that there was confusion. But does the mayor threaten to sue the media? No. And we know there's some sort of confusion. So are we prepared to say the mayor got paid $20,000? No. Are we prepared to say this is what was reported and stuff? Yeah, we can say that because that's what was reported. It's not defaming his character. If these people got it wrong, the mayor should be getting it straightened up with those people. I quite frankly don't know whether he got paid 20 grand. But I do know something else. So, that's Karen General, right? I just want to toss something in the hat here. Now, this has nothing to do with really the mayor as far as, well, it does really. See, my position on this is, and maybe the mayor goes out to all these fundraisers to different organizations and stuff, I don't really know, but it's just surprising to me that he shows up to a Tim Hudak PC Party fundraiser. And don't get me wrong, Tim and I've known Tim from some stuff we did in the past, him and Peter Cormos, and I really like the guy, so that's not my issue at all. But let me just give you an analogy that I think really, you got to be careful when you're an elected official of any kind, whether it be the mayor or any other politician. So, let's use an analogy that the mayor supports, and I don't know if he does or not, but let's say he supports the Liberal Party, and using the last election that just took place. Rah, rah, Liberals, rah, rah, Liberals, rah, rah, Liberals. Those other guys are bad. Rah, rah, Liberals. And he keeps, tooting the horn of the political thing of the Liberals and right up until the election day. And then suddenly, Doug Ford gets elected. It's going to go something like this, I'm pretty sure, at Queen's Park. Gotta get that chest up here. Hi, my name's Doug Ford. Yeah. Oh, you're from Haldimand County? Oh, yeah. Aren't you the guys that supported the Liberal boys there during the last campaign? Oh, you want something from me? Okay, well, why don't you come back in about, 4.5 years, the next election, and we'll maybe talk to you then. Thanks very much for coming. Again, my opinion. I mean, just tossing it in there about Doug Ford. Anybody that's here in the province right now, we're all kind of going like this. Because we're not really sure what's going to happen next with Mr. Ford. And I mean, he's trying to get a buck of beer. We're going to be able to buy pot in the corner stores. And, our sex education is going to be out of date. What could possibly go wrong? Anyway, let's get back to the mayor. Mayor's way easier to pick on. So, the mayor... Now, you heard Karen General say that another party invited them. She doesn't say that they paid for anything. Doesn't say who it is. So, the mayor, in an email to me, we're having a conversation till, it starts at 8 o'clock at night and goes till 3 o'clock in the morning. He's a little irritated with me, apparently. He says, I don't have to clarify anything. You're confused. Mr. Mayor, let me just say this. You're an elected official. you are answerable to the people. So when we got a question about your conduct or the way you're running our county, you better answer it, or else you're the one that's confused. It's called the unemployment line. And that's the one that has the big sticker on it that says unemployed. Oh, that's right, there's an election coming up. You'll get used to that. Anyway, he says you're confused. Samsung commercial has nothing to do with golf. What was said was the Niagara Wind Company invited the CAO and I to a PC Tim Hudak fundraiser. They paid for the golf. The media people like yourself being wrong with the information from the beginning. The golf was $2,000. The cost of Niagara Wind has nothing to do with Samsung, nothing to do with commercial. It was never money paid to me, and it was a far cry from the $20K that you suggested. I have nothing to hide. Your facts are all wrong, which is why I'm telling you that you are defaming my character on the internet, and I have every right and legal recourse. If you want to include those, you repost the stuff, like the person that he threatened, telling her she decided to take it down because you have no evidence to support anything regarding commercial and receiving the $20K. This is nothing. There is nothing in the transcript because it was never stated that way. Okay, Mr. Mayor, what he's saying is the transcript from the council chambers. First of all, if you're going to quote that there's nothing in the transcripts, I haven't seen them, tried to get them, couldn't get them. Apparently the video for that night, nowhere to be found. So if you want to quote facts, sir, and if you want to sue people, let's uncover all that nasty stuff and see where it all surfaces. Let's go to the advertiser. Let's find out what actually was the original negotiation. Let's get really into that. But at this point, you're kind of in the clear because, well, nobody can prove what's been said. And we're not saying you got paid 20 grand. Because apparently it wasn't 20 grand. You're saying you didn't get paid, but you got a gift of golf days. A gift. Karen General didn't say that. She didn't say they paid for anything. She just said as invitation. You know, you heard it. So I write the mayor back, and I say to him, as you've seen in the past, it's gotten bad information and spoke out. I was very quick to correct and apologize to you. Seems the facts here support what I'm saying. And then that basically is saying that I said something wrong about him a while ago, and I apologized to the guy and did a public thing to apologize. So I then attach a section of the Bellamy, Justin Palmer's interpretation of the Bellamy report. And for all of you that are watching this video, you can go on the internet and look up Justine Palmer, Bellamy report. And basically what the Bellamy report was, it was the justice investigating the city of Toronto for corruption pertaining to purchasing and stuff. And basically what the accusation was, people were saying that people who worked at the city of Toronto were getting their palms greased and selling computers at more money than what they were worth, that sort of thing. And I guess that's actually what was going on. So Justice Bellamy was trying to curve that and instill something to stop that from happening. And that report has become the blueprint for a lot of the communities in the area to say, hey, we don't want to have that kind of stuff happening in our community. So I attach this to it, and I say, however, as the inquiry drew to a close, a disturbing situation unfolded. Justice Bellamy gained knowledge of an invitation that offered drinks, dinner, and entry to a professional sporting event in an executive suite at the Air Canada Centre that was sent to a Toronto councillor. All the expenses of an industry association. Page 410. Receiving the invitation was not only the issue, but the fact that some councillors defended the association for sending the invitation and saw nothing wrong with attending the event raised questions as to whether anything had really changed. Councillors were not seeing that they would be continuing the problem of compromising their independence in the eyes of the public, sending a message to organizations that municipal officials and staff are open to be influenced, using their public office to obtain benefits, and setting a bad example for all office or other municipal staff, when they should have had an ethical compass in providing strong work ethics. The inquiry was not complete, and already there were strong indications that maybe the measures to address eventually eliminate corruption activities from municipality operations were either not enough or not getting through to the officials. So let's recap. You've got a councillor at the City of Toronto getting this event stuff that's all being paid for by the industry person. And Justice Bellamy says that's municipal corruption. That's the perception of what you're doing is wrong. Because it's not saying he got a bribe, but it could be construed as something where you're influencing somebody by giving them a gift, basically. What do we have with the mayor here? We have the mayor now and the CAO have gone to a fundraiser for Tim Hudak, and all of their expenses for the golf, $2,000, is being paid for by, let's recap here for a second, folks, the wind turbine boys that he did the commercial for, and then the wind turbine boys that the county's trying to fight. Not the same people, by the way, but they're same kind of organizations like wind turbines, Samsung, that sort of thing. But same category, let's call it. And now you have him playing golf while the Niagara Wind Boys pay for all of the expensive golf of $2,000. Anybody else see anything wrong with this? It's a gift, Mr. Mayor. It's a gift. It doesn't matter if it passed through another hand before it got to you. The reality is, it is a gift. If you went to Tim Hudak's and there was no fee for going to play golf because it was a fun political thing for support and stuff, I'd have no issue with this. But the fact that you went there and you spent a day, oh wait, you're the mayor, you're supposed to be running the county, I guess it's okay to go play golf. But you went and played golf and somebody else paid for it. That's the problem, sir. You know, it's the perception. Now, the thing is that I know recently in the mayor, there was, in the media, there was this recent thing where the mayor was living at one of the developers' houses, that there's all this development going on, and he was living in one of their houses. I don't know what the end result of that investigation. I know that he's not living there anymore. It was within days, apparently, he wasn't there. And there are other issues that have come up that people see how the mayor is doing things. And the thing is that he just doesn't get it. That people are pointing that out because we don't want a mayor who can be influenced by anybody. We want a mayor who is there to run the county properly and to be sure that it's being run properly. That's really what we're looking for. Now, in the end, I guess what I'm going to throw this last piece in only because I just want to show you what kind of mentality that's going on here with the mayor. You've heard when I talk about the county, and I've said this document got forged and all this stuff took place. Listen, it's a pretty serious accusation, and if this has been going on, and I'm not saying if, it's going on at Haldimand County, it's fact. You don't even have to doubt this. Mr. Mayor, if you want to think you could sue, or the county can sue me for saying this, bring it on, because I would welcome all of this to be out in the open, because you guys are going to look like a bunch of criminals when it comes down to forging a document, passing it off as a false document, hiding it, erasing the document, all that sort of stuff. Now, I'm not saying the mayor did that, but I'm saying a lot of people in the county were part of this. So, now you as a taxpayer, you go to the mayor and say, hey, this is what's happened. Now, what a lot of people don't know is I met the mayor prior to me actually going to the OPP and stuff, and I gave him a copy of the CD, which is a recording of this individual admitting she's going to sign this document. And she knows she shouldn't, and she actually says she doesn't have the file, and you can tell that she makes it all up as she's going, and lo and behold, the whole document's in her handwriting. So the mayor's got a copy of that tape recording. Where did that copy end up? I can tell you that I've spoken to the CAO, I've spoken to the treasurer, I've spoken to their lawyer, my lawyer's spoken to their... Nobody knew that the CD apparently existed, but the mayor had a copy of it in his hand. What did he do with it? So here we are years later, all the civil actions and crap are all over with. I'm just asking the mayor to say, this took place at your county. Shouldn't you be doing something about it? And he would say, I know he did say in the email, that the CAO is responsible for the conduct of their staff and stuff. Mr. CAO, you need to get another job, because if you're allowing this kind of conduct to take place, you should be out. Oh wait, apparently there's a book being written about the county. I'm pretty sure that's going to be in there anyway, so you're not going to be a popular guy. Anyway, so how does the mayor respond? I say to him, I should also point out, if this goes legal, the fact that the general manager, the treasurer, and an employee were involved in not only falsifying a document, but threatening a taxpayer with using the full resources of Haldimand County in a civil action. A taxpayer to use the full resource, then, yes, you are aware of it. Doesn't it concern you, this type of behavior, and shouldn't you be calling on the CAO at this type of conduct? At very least, it's an abuse of power by these people to allow these people to continue to retire with pensions knowing they have done this. Really can. It's like their own private dictatorship. So that's my thing to the mayor. Now, I don't know about you, but if you're a mayor, wouldn't your response be something like, wow, that's really bad. I'm going to look into that and get back to you. Whether he does or not, you know as well as I do, people watching this video, politicians are politicians. They say one thing and they do something else. And what does the mayor say to this? I am satisfied with the staff's position and support the staff. Let's recap, Mr. Mayor. Your employees just falsified a document, passed it off as a false document, and then threatened a taxpayer of Haldimand County to sue them should he go public with this documentation. And you support it. I support any other person who wants to run against this mayor, because clearly this is not the type of mayor we need for our county. You know, the election's coming up. One thing I will say to people watching this video, in order to affect change, you have to do something about it. Get out and vote. We need to get popular votes out there. We need to get people who haven't voted before to get out there. A lot of the incumbents that are on council are been stuck in their ways. They basically have, there's a very cozy relationship with a lot of the industry and developers in the area. That's got to stop. One rule of thumb is one rule for everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what kind of money you've got. It doesn't matter. If you're enforcing the rule on one person, it should be enforced on everybody the same way. I urge you to vote this year and get out and get it done. And, you know, Mr. Hewitt, you may have thought that that video was slanderous in some way. I quite frankly don't think it was. In fact, I'm pretty sure that when a lawyer reviews it, he's going to say it wasn't. But hey, if you're going to waste the taxpayers' money and try and sue me based on information that was out there already, have at it. But just realize that when you get sued, a lot of other things get pulled out of the woodwork, and I don't know. Anyway, what are you going to do? To that lady that posted the video, thank you very much for posting a video. I'm sorry that you got caught in a crossfire on it. And to anybody else that posts this video or makes comments below, please keep it to professional comments. Quite honest with you, the mayor's a human being. At least I think the last time I checked. And just because he's the mayor, he doesn't deserve nasty and personal insults. So if you're going to make a comment below, please be professional about it. And I will try and narrate, and stuff that I see that's not appropriate will be removed. Other than that, thank you very much for watching my video.